This video was made possible by the EA Game Changers program. Hi guys, it's Chrissie and welcome back to another Sims 4 tiny home speed build. So today we're going to be building a container tiny home. So this is something that I don't think I've ever attempted on my channel. I've never tried to build something that looks like a container home. And I know personally that this is a really big trend, or it was a really big trend in like 2019, 2018. I feel like all of the tiny homes, if you googled tiny home, that is, all of the tiny homes that came up were like some form of converted container or something like that. So yeah, I really like the way this turned out. I had a lot of fun building it and playing around with it and just trying out a different style from what I normally do. So this build does look a little bit more derelict and kind of like run down than what I would normally build, or at least the exterior does. Let's just say that the exterior looks a little bit more industrial, I guess, but the interior is still very nicely furnished, very modernly furnished as well. So yeah, I just figured that, you know, the sim that lives here, I did think it might be for like a photographer sim or something, because I did add off camera, I added the Moschino, like the really fancy Moschino like camera that came with that stuff pack, and I also added the like camera, like not camera rack, but the shelf with all of the camera tripods and camera bags and stuff like that. I added that to the upstairs to the bedroom, so I thought maybe the sim that lives here would be a photographer, and maybe they travel a lot. So they don't particularly care about what their house looks like on the exterior. They don't really pay attention to it. They just have this like crazy, maybe like crazy expensive, like converted container home, and it costs them like a fortune to live here, but there's still like other shipping containers on the lot. You guys will see it eventually. I do cut that part out of the footage because I spent forever going through the show live edit objects menu trying to find a lot of the like clutter and like decoration items that I use on the exterior. But I do add some of those like containers to the exterior, those like ones that you can't interact with, they're just decoration. And then I add a bunch of other just random debug stuff, so like fences, and I believe I add a car outside, and then a bunch of like kind of run down, almost overgrown looking landscaping, because like I said, I didn't think the sim that lives here would particularly care about trying to keep their yard neat and tidy or anything like that. So yeah, there's that. And then I just wanted this build to have a very like industrial feel to it, so I didn't think a like very manicured yard or anything like that would go like really well with this style. So yeah, I had a lot of fun with this. I do want to give a huge thank you to EA and the Game Changers program for providing me with early access to this pack. But yeah, here you guys can see those containers that I've placed down, and I'm just putting some graffiti all over them, and I feel like they've just been there forever. They're not used or anything like that, they're just there for some reason. And then at this point I try and put a like, I guess they're one of those like outdoor bathrooms, public bathrooms there, just because it kind of matched the color of the containers, and I just wanted something back there. But at the end of the day, I do end up replacing it with these crates from cats and dogs. But yeah, it's on a 20 by 20, not 20 by 20. I think, yeah, this isn't a 20 by 20 lot. It's a 20 by 15 lot, actually. Yeah, sorry about that. It's a 20 by 15 lot. It's turned out to be 63 tiles large. So it's technically a tiny home. It does fall under the tiny home category. If you guys didn't know, this pack added, you know, 3 separate categories that tiny homes can be in. And anything under 64 tiles is considered a tiny home. So yeah, it is a tiny home. It's for 2 sims. I did playtest it and everything works. I playtested the whole build. I actually playtested it as I was building so that I knew, you know, if I had to change something or anything like that, that it would work. So yeah, it is completely playtested. Everything works. And that's actually something that I've forgotten to mention with the other homes, with the other builds that I've done. So with yesterday's Victorian home and with the 2 other ones that went up on Sunday, the micro homes, those were like really tiny. But I forgot to mention it, but I am playtesting all of these tiny homes so that I can make sure that they work, because if they don't end up working, there's not really there's not really all that much you can do to try and fix it, unless you like rearrange the whole build, and I don't want you guys to have to do that. I kind of want them to be functional and everything like that, you know, as soon as you download them. And this home, along with the other ones that I've done, will now be up on the gallery, since this video is going up after the pack has released worldwide. So yeah, all of my builds that I've done so far will be up on the gallery for you guys. And I guess you guys, once this pack comes to console, so Tiny Living comes to console on the 4th of February, I believe. So once this pack comes to console, you guys will actually also be able to download these builds, since console now has the gallery as well. So yeah, you guys will all be able to find this build on the gallery and the other 3 ones that I've mentioned. But yeah, my gallery ID is always listed in the description as well for you guys, as well as I will have a direct download link to the online gallery website down there for you guys, if that's easier for you guys to download it from there and just put it in your game that way, since I know a lot of the time the in-game gallery can be glitchy and not show everything. So yeah, I always put that link in there for you guys. But yeah, this is for a 2 sim family, or maybe like even 1 sim. It could be for 1 sim or 2 sims. There's a double bed upstairs and both sides are accessible, so yeah, it could be for either like 1 or 2 sims. And then upstairs I also included a computer, and then obviously the camera equipment like I mentioned. I didn't put in a TV in this build, which is actually just something that I forgot about, if I'm completely honest. But there isn't really like an indoor living space, so there's some couches outside under the like overhead container, I guess. Out in the front on the little like patio area, there are some couches and stuff, and then upstairs on the like 3rd floor on like the roof, I guess, of the container, there's a whole like gathering area with some more couches, a grill, a like not bar table, a picnic table and everything like that. So I thought, you know, if they were to have people over for a gathering or something, they would have it on the roof. And I just figured, you know, it's a nice view from up there, so why not? And yeah, so that's basically the whole build. I couldn't fit in like a living room or anything, since yeah, it was a very tight build. I mean, I think the downstairs container is like 3 tiles by I think 7 tiles. And then this upstairs one is 3 tiles by 8 tiles. And yeah, I couldn't fit in a living room with the way the stairs turned out and everything like that. There was just no way for me to do it. But yeah, the bedroom upstairs also has access to that little front balcony bit. So I did turn that into kind of like a yoga area with a yoga mat and a bunch of candles and stuff like that. But yeah, this build is definitely a different style from the other ones that I've done so far, and also from the builds that I do in general. So yeah, I don't normally do very industrial builds or even very modern builds, if I'm completely honest. So yeah, this one, it was definitely a bit different, and I enjoyed playing around with some of the more darker colors that came with some of the items from Tiny Living. So luckily most of the items, I think all of the items actually, all have a black and a white swatch to them. So that's really, really great. You know, it adds a lot of versatility to the items, I guess I should say, because you know, you can use it for a bunch of different builds. You don't just have to use it for a colorful build or anything like that. So yeah, I mean, right now, as you guys can see, I've already like turned the not the couch it's not the couch, it's like a little dresser, or like, yeah, it's basically like a little dresser and a bookcase. I've turned those to be like this really warm wood, but that's just because I wanted to incorporate a little bit of color somewhere. And I just thought, you know, some blue and a little bit of that orangey would look nice with all of the black and white. But yeah, I really like the way this house turned out. I loved kind of creating that like collage wall with that painting that came with this pack. That painting actually has so many nice like color variants and swatches that are all like different pictures and everything. So that was a lot of fun to use, and I just had a lot of fun with this build in general, you guys. I don't know, it was a lot of fun just messing around with trying to make everything fit and using a bunch of debug stuff as well for the outside. Even though I cut all of that out, you guys don't see me do that, but you'll see it at the end in the screenshots and in the like little intro like motion bit, like video bit. So yeah, I had a lot of fun with it. It was just, yeah, it was just a lot of fun, I guess. I mean, this whole tiny living pack has been a lot of fun so far, actually, because at the moment I'm recording this, I'm recording all of these videos like on the same night. So I'm recording like 4 of them at the same time, and I've already done 4 builds, and I'm planning a lot more. I have like a whole list of tiny builds that I want to complete, and I keep asking you guys for ideas as well. So if you do have any ideas that you'd like to see me build, like tiny home ideas or even build ideas just in general, I always love hearing your guys' ideas and trying to do as many of them as possible, you know, whenever I feel inspired to do them. But yeah, I've just been having a lot of fun with tiny living. I don't know if it's because it's something different than what I normally do on the channel. Normally I do mostly family homes and bigger homes, but I've just been having a lot of fun with it, and these items are very versatile. I think I can use these items in a lot of different builds, so obviously that's always a plus when you get a new pack and you find that you can use them for a bunch of different builds. So yeah, I don't know, I've just been having a lot of fun. I keep saying that, but it's so true, and I'm so happy we got a pack that's very build oriented. Honestly, this pack is very build oriented. It has a lot of cool creatism items as well, but I think the focus for this pack was definitely more build like oriented, more so than gameplay or like creatism wise. But yeah, if you guys did like this build, give it a like, and if you're new to the channel and this is the first video of mine you're watching, or maybe you just joined and you're not subscribed yet, feel free to hit the subscribe button if you want to see more tiny living builds and just more Sims 4 content in general. And remember to turn on the notification bell as well to be notified of whenever I upload a new video. But yeah, this build is almost done, you guys. Like I said, I don't show me doing any of the like landscaping or anything like that, so I'm really sorry about that, but it was just super repetitive because, like I said, I used a lot of debug stuff. So yeah, it was just a bunch of scrolling through the catalog and everything like that. But yeah, I think I'm just going to leave this build off here, you guys. I hope you guys are all having an absolutely amazing day. And like I said, I hope you enjoyed this video. And I will talk to you guys all in my very next video. Bye, guys.
You told me to lighten up, but it's not easy breaking habits. I've got a ton of bad days lined up, and I ain't gonna chase no rabbits. You said it's not as bad as all that. Just need to take a deep breath and relax. We've got plenty of time.